getting it done. Look here.
Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Well then, broadcasting live from inside the power band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, the Wolverine, also known as Chad is Porkins, along with my super friends, friend of Porkins.
Oh, is that me?
That's you.
Okay. Hey, didn't know that.
And of course, without further ado, the man himself, Red Six himself, Porkins.
What's up?
Welcome to the show, folks. This week we're tackling the brand new 2025 James Gunn created, directed, written Superman, starring David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan. No, yeah,
Brosnan.
Yeah, Rachel Brosnahan,
Yeah, did I get
Alan
that right?
Tudyk,
Rachel
Nicholas Hoult.
Brosnahan. We got Nicholas Hoult. A lot of great people, including Bunk Moreland, which I was super psyched to see, and all kinds of other great people.
Bunk was in this?
We'll get into that. Yeah, bro, he played Perry White. It was awesome. We'll get
Oh
into
yeah,
it. High level.
I'm an idiot. I'm dead.
You're dead. Especially you, because Bunk Moreland's your guy, dude.
He's my guy.
Right?
All right, I'm
Chad,
dead.
you
Who
want to
the
go
fuck
first?
is Bunk Moreland?
You what now? Oh, it's from The Wire.
Bunk Moreland is one of the
He's
one of the
McNutty's
detectives from The Wire.
Buddy from the homicide division
Okay.
of The Wire.
And he played
I will
Perry
not actually
White.
take a death for that.
No, you shouldn't.
You have you
He
seen The
played
Wire,
Perry,
Benny?
Perry White.
You have to have seen The Wire.
No, I have
No,
not seen The
Haven't?
Wire.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I've tried to share it with my lovely lady Lums on multiple occasions, and we tried again last 2 weeks ago. Fell asleep at the same 20-minute mark in episode 1, season 1.
Oh, yeah, very good.
Ain't fucking happening, dude.
That's a
You
tough
will
one,
have
man.
that.
You got to power through a couple episodes, and then it really you get hooked like crazy
It's
on it.
just like Ben just said with Venture. You got to watch the whole first
Adventure,
season.
I agree. You really do.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, you have to watch it, but once you get past it, then it really warms up, and you're
That's
like, okay,
yeah.
I'm
It's the
into
same
it.
idea
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
That's the thing with The Wire.
it's the same idea. Different reasons, same idea.
I'll get to it.
I don't want to go first, man. I still need to be hyped up. I'm perfectly happy with the movie, but I just need to raise my hype level. So
Here's some Kev Benny hype.
I need some hype.
Ben, why don't you go first since you sort of piloted this particular ship, sort of.
Well, did I? We all decided to do it.
You were championing it.
I think I saw it first, and I was like, yes,
That's why
it's
you were
good.
going first,
Yeah, I think
because
that-
you saw it
See
first.
it. All right, fine. So I don't think I was super, super. I don't think I was very, I don't know. I love James Gunn, but I was like, oh, okay, he's taking over DC. I'm not the hugest DC fan in the world, obviously.
Nonplussed, maybe, is a good word.
Yeah, so I was like, oh well, we'll see how it goes, and we I think at some point found out that he was gonna tackle Superman first, and I was like, yeah, all right, Superman, whatever,
Right.
But as time's gone on, I just felt like a positive, James Gunn take on Superman was something that I really wanted to see based on, certain events and things that were going on in the world. I thought that, I don't know if the world needs it, but personally I needed it. And it turned out to be more or less what I wanted from a Superman film. It's not perfect, but I've seen it 3 times now, and I was trying to be more critical on the third run, trying to really watch it with the podcast eye, and there are some things, there's some weird, sort of exposition, and there's some, ultimately I couldn't really fault them, because I felt like those things were only there because he wanted to spend the time on the things that I really loved about the movie.
Sure.
So yeah, kudos, James Gunn. You fucking did it. You did not disappoint. And this has only really like made me even more of a stan for James Gunn, because I've always really appreciated his stuff. And you know, like he kind of, you know, knock on wood, he doesn't disappoint.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
No.
It's sort of a, you know, a broad view.
I'll jump in the middle, Kevy, because I feel like you can hype it. Yeah, totally. I think like short and sweet for me. Like I think at the highest level, I'm really struggling with any comic book movie.
That's your problem.
Yeah, and that doesn't really have much to do with this, so it's kind of it's completely separate. So like just I think that's the bit that's not quite right for me here, and that's just a personal thing. But yeah, you're right. Like I mean, Gunn did a great job. I remember watching the first Guardians and not really being into it at the time either, and it is very, very much grown on me in a lot of different ways. So I think this probably will grow on me as a excellent example of a Superman movie. I do very much resonate with the positivity stuff. I'm just getting really sick of how, you know, outside of politics, it feels like all of modern society is like summed up with saying fuck you to somebody, and then they'd be like, fuck me, fuck you. You know, like everyone just hates each other now. Like I've like the amount of vitriol in the world is just so tired, and I think the positivity here
it's not
I really
unfounded.
Yeah. So the positivity is nice. And it was a perfectly fine, enjoyable flick that had its funny moments, you know, so short and sweet.
That it was short and sweet. We'll give you an A for short and sweet. I loved this movie, man. We're all really good about not watching anything before something comes out, and this was no exception. I didn't see anything, didn't know anything, and I was blown away. It was really, really good. I mean, really good. In a sea of like superhero mediocrity and tiredness, you know, this was such a refreshing thing. Knocked it out of the park, man. You know, I'll expound later. I'll keep mine super short.
Are you psyched now, Chad?
No. I just didn't want to go first and like poo-poo. And like, I think just at the broadest level, it's the comic book fatigue that is just not relevant to the... I mean, it does. I don't think it needs to be discussed again. Like we've talked about it ad nauseum. It's just not relevant.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir there.
Yeah, it's just whatever. I mean, through that lens of everyone's tired of comic book movies that, you know, kind of has similar vibes to us, it cuts through it, you know, it cuts through the fatigue, and there is a fair bit of enjoyment and positivity. And not self-referential, but like, you know, I think you mentioned it in the green room, hyping it last week. Like Gunn seems to be self-aware of the, you know, monkey Twitter bots in the pocket dimension, Elon Muskiness of Lex, you know, and
yes,
so there's a lot of like commentary that's like sprinkled in between the lines here too, you know. So
yeah, there is. I don't think it's particularly heavy-handed though. It's all of it's fairly
it's silly.
vague.
It's like a South Parky.
Yeah, it's
comedy.
It's taken it's you know, and Superman himself treats it all with the same. You know, he's like fucking pissed, you know, but he's not like, I wouldn't protect you too, you know. I mean, that's the Superman we know. So it's it's Crypto that fucks up Lex. Spoiler alert.
Dude, that was great.
Yeah, that's true.
That was like a smart, it was like, you know, like I could feel James Gunn being like, yeah, this fucking Lex is such a dick. I just want Superman to beat the fucking shit out of him. How can I do that? Oh, the dog. He's just a bad dog.
It's pretty fucking funny, man.
It is. Yeah, let's start with the dog. What did you think of the dog? The inclusion of the dog.
The dog thing was a big thing ever since that Super Pets movie came out. I assume you saw that with your kids, you know? Like my kids were really into that one.
Of course.
So, I don't know. It was clear to me that the like animal pet love was a thing that did pretty well. So it kind of makes sense that you'd bring it in here. And I love that he's like an asshole dog. And I also was like, I didn't think about it at the time. Like, I'm not much of a pet person, but I didn't think about it at the time until the end of the movie when it turns out it's not his dog. It's his fucking sister's or cousin's dog or whatever, you know? So it's like, oh, that's why the dog's an asshole, because he didn't raise the fucking dog. You know, like, I kind of like that a lot.
And I like that he says almost that exact thing. Yeah. He says that to her. Or not to her, but to the robots.
I don't know. It's pretty funny, man. And it just mirrors real life, you know, in a way where your dog's sitting your cousin's dickhead dog. And in this case, it happens to be a super dog. This is fucking silly. And I love it.
Yeah.
It's very James Gunn. Like, of course he would latch on to something like that, you know?
It's like autobiographical because the dog is actually based on a dog, like a rescue dog that, you know, like a dog James Gunn adopted.
Oh, really?
That is not a well-behaved dog. Like, it was like, yeah, you know, we adopted the dog and we love him, but, you know, it's just like constantly like knocking shit over and fucking shit up and barking at people. And, you know, it's just like, it's an ill-behaved dog, but, you know, like we love him. So like, I was like, they like literally like scanned that dog, but made him white.
Okay.
and that's Crypto. Yeah. So it's like,
that's so funny, man.
It's like a real life poll, you know?
And
I mean, that was just like his choice at how that character should be.
Sure,
you know, like
it makes
like,
no
no, this
sense.
is the way. You know, like I'm going to base it like exactly on this, my pet. You know?
And were we talking about this in the green room last week that it's 100% digital dog? Because like that kind of blows me away a bit. I didn't realize that.
No,
was the
but
case.
I didn't realize. I watched it today. Yeah, I thought it was real at some points, but no, it was good. I mean, it was well done. I didn't notice it the first time.
Yeah, totally. Same.
I mean, it didn't stick out at me on any particular viewing, you know?
Right.
It's pretty good.
It was good. You like the dog? You like the inclusion of the dog? That was sort of my question.
Yeah, why not?
Ben. And other Ben. Actual Ben.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I like the idea that, you know, there's a Kryptonian that is not as moral or well behaved as Superman in the movie that can kind of show up and you know, lay some damage when needed and just be there to sort of fulfill some jokes. You know,
sure.
I'm pointing at Mr. Terrific and his spheres.
The T spheres, yeah.
The T spheres. What happens when you know?
That was pretty funny.
What happens when a super dog sees a flying ball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I don't
was
know.
Well done.
And I like how, like, you know, of the Silver Agey sort of Superman stuff that is, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like, I don't know. I'm like you guys. I never was like oh man, Superman, like kind of, he was not like my character. You know, I was always kind of like, all right, you know, whatever. Just sort of indifferent. Like, yeah, he's cool, but, you know, especially when I was younger, he was so like goody two shoes, you know, but like, and I don't know where the dog came from, like in the lore of the comic. Cause like, I don't know anything about the character, like based on the comics, you know. I watched a video today and this guy was rattling off all of this shit. And I was just like, dude, I am lost. You know, I don't know any of those Superman series, you know, whatever. But I don't know where the dog fits in the lore. I don't know where he came from. And when I saw that he was in it, I was like, okay. And then, you know, I loved him in the movie.
I mean, the intro is pretty. It's a nice warm up, you know, where he comes and just jumps on him and stuff, and you're like, oh, it's James Gunn funny. You're like, okay,
yeah, totally.
Because it would be pretty dumb to take it seriously and have like a super dog fucking with his like paws in front of him flying next to Superman. You know, like it's like we don't need to do any of that shit. You know, so
right, exactly. So yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. Like Ben said, nice little bit of comic relief, and you know, he could kind of fuck shit up too in like a dog destroying the furniture kind of way.
Yeah,
it was great.
In like a kind of listening to you kind of way.
Yeah, it kind of just not well trained, you know. He was, and that showed in like all the scenes he was in. It was cool, you know. I dug it, man. Because and then, you know, as I progressed through the film, I was like, you know, this is so like, Silver Age, whatever, and it fits. It just fit, and they fit it. He fitted in good,
Yeah.
So yay, Crypto.
Yeah, I think the Superman thing for me, like, I mean, we must have talked about this a bit, but I think it was, a desert of comic book movies back in the day, and Christopher Reeves was very heroic, like as a young kid.
Totally.
You're pretty fired up about it. It is very fucking. It's not even French vanilla, dude. It's like American vanilla. Like it's the most fucking vanilla shit in the world. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's the goodness thing, It's the like, we beat the fucking Nazis. We're the best. We're the goodest of the goodies. And it's like, well, kind of, but
right.
It's like trying to like put on the best possible face, and you kind of into it, And that's why I didn't really appreciate some of the Snydery, darker lever Superman stuff here. I mean, I did like the angle, for example, of the message from his parents being not what he thought it was. Like, it was kind of like a little bit of a questioning yourself moment, but he's still like good through and through,
Yeah, I just read in the Let's Make Nuggets Not Fun that he put that in there because he wanted to tackle something that had never been tackled before. And that was the thing, that even though his parents did say to rule over everybody, he was even more connected to humanity than he realized because he'd never seen that part of the message, you know what I mean? And I think that's cool. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
One thing James Gunn said about this iteration of Superman, because we're talking about Superman now.
Sure.
And why not? That's the name of the movie. We've seen Superman portrayed as, the hero, the guy that comes up with quippy quotes. Superman doesn't have time for selfies. That guy. That Superman with the public facing the guy in the costume, right? And then there's Clark Kent, which is like kind of another, facade, kind of another pretend person, but like the real Superman is like kind of both, and he wanted to focus on that person. Like, the real Superman, the real Clark Kent, not the Clark Kent pretending to be a bumbling.
No.
Oh, geez, Lois kind of,
Yeah, the person that's in there.
Yeah.
Because there is a person in there.
It's a pretty fucked up situation to be able to rule over the world if you wanted to, but he was raised so wholesome that he isn't interested in that, which is cute, but also felt very real. Like he puts the vibes out that he is legit, like a human. Like I like that angle in this. I can't remember the words exactly, but just like, I'm just as human as you are, bro.
Dude, they humanized him in a way that I don't recall seeing before. I haven't seen every Superman property, but the ones that I've seen, I think, they really humanized him in this one. And it makes, as we've talked about a lot the last year, connects you to the character and makes you give a shit about him. I think in a way that we never have been able to do before, because he was always this kind of separate entity that was like so powerful and so this, and, he always... There was a disconnect there because of that, And so in this, we get this like super humanity from the alien, and it's fantastic. I think it's one of the pillars that makes this work so good.
Yeah, definitely. I think you obsess about the fantasy of being all powerful as a kid watching Superman. As a kid, you have no power or whatever, and you're figuring out the world, and you see this all powerful, and like, oh, how cool would it be to be all powerful or whatever, like the classic hero fantasy stuff. And this is the inverse. Not necessarily the inverse, but it's like I'm less interested in the heroics and more interested in the humanity of Superman, and so like it resonates on in a different way, It's just more interesting to see his choices and how he ends up where he is, and I don't know. You connect more with the reality than the fantasy.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say, that only brings more gravity to the heroics,
Yeah, sure.
And
took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, and in terms, like, like we're in on the thing in this movie, right? Like we're in on we're in on it in a way that I don't think we've ever been in on it with other Superman movies. So it's like, where his mind is at, where his psychology is at, what's going on in his personal life. So when he's out there doing the heroic stuff, and like you can see that, like I don't know, like there's something about this portrayal that like you could see how much he enjoys being Superman. How much how much it means to him to be able to be there to do this shit. Like nobody else can do it. I'm going to do it, kind of stuff. And I don't know. All of that is really good. I think that's it.
Yeah,
that was good.
It does raise like some interesting stuff. Like I think it's easy to fall into the trap of like it's a movie. It's not like it doesn't map to reality overly well, so like it's easy to fall into that trap. But the idea of a superhero like Superman stopping that war, and the interview with Lois, where she fucking grills his ass, and it's really enjoyable and interesting to watch.
One of the best parts of the movie, man.
It's really good,
yeah.
But
yeah,
she's like, and then what did you do? And, he's like, I took him out to the desert. And he's like, and so then you just you tortured him, So like the unilateral decisions that a super being like Superman would be making, like the unilateral thing, like the one person deciding for the rest of the world, like it's kind of inappropriate and kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But because he's good-hearted, you kind of give it a pass. But like it's kind of worth questioning, and it rhymes with the fact that the United States historically has acted unilaterally in a lot of ways, and so it is kind of a metaphor for some of our post-World War II activities and stuff. And so like there's a lot there that doesn't really maybe get explored. Maybe it does get explored in some of the Snydery shit. I don't recall, but it's like having a god walk amongst us is kind of fucking crazy, and like thankfully he's like a down home kid with a good heart. But I mean, I think him grappling with and he's enjoying being Superman, but it's also him grappling with the power, and then like his parents' message coming in kind of like kicks the legs out from his confidence in himself and his goodness and stuff, which I kind of liked. But there's just a lot kind of going on in that space, and the unilateral thing's kind of wild, And like The Boys has tried to explore that in a crazy way of like when the Supes just get out of control and fuck everything up, like what's good about them? Not a hell of a lot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one scene that caught me on in that regard was fighting that Godzilla monster thing where Fillion and his gang are doing their thing, and they blow up its liver or its heart or some shit, and it falls over and it's gonna kill like 100 people, but Superman comes in and stops it. Like it kind of reminded me of The Boys in a way where like they're trying to stop this thing, and the citizens getting killed doesn't really matter, and it is kind of a fucked up thing in a way.
I think they did some interesting plot armor in this movie where it's like the people of Metropolis are so used to this shit going on a daily basis that they're like, they're like their heads on a swivel for it, so it's like the buildings of the like people are kind of like rubbernecking, but they're like staying away, like for the really most part they're staying away, like like I don't know, it just it was different than like the Snyder movie where like Zod comes down and like him and Superman are just like just killing, like they're like the collateral damage fucking count has got to be like in the tens of thousands, if not higher,
Sure.
Yes.
So in this one, they're like, yeah, okay, like we want to have like the big action, but we're going to like try and keep the dark lever down a little bit and sort of make it like, I mean, people that live in this universe are just like, oh, fuck. There's a giant monster. Hey, we better, we better always get down the street level. And, like, so I don't know. That's sort of my answer to that.
I don't have a problem with it at all. Like I think you were saying yourself, like on the third view, it's like there's some things that are comic booky or are movie-ish or whatever, and there's some exposition holes, and it just doesn't really matter. Like the fact that he wants to play with the idea, the writers and Gunn and whoever was involved in the creative thing want to play with the idea of the citizens being bored of mega monster battle. It's really funny. Like when Lois,
Yeah.
when Lois and Superman are like
they're not
arguing
bored with
in
it,
front
but
of
they're
it.
just like, oh shit, here we go. You know, it's like a
now that one
sporting
of these
event or
fucking
something.
things,
You know,
I gotta
they're
get to work. You know, it's really funny. What's that? Oh, it's an interdimensional imp, and it's like fucking in the background while they're having a heart to heart. It's just really,
He's like,
really funny.
They got it.
They got it. They're fine. Yeah, I'm having a tea.
I'm good.
you know, I mean, there is
cocoa.
exactly. There is a little thread of truth there, right? I mean, it's
There
amazing
is,
what we
yeah.
get used to, like where you're just kind of like, all right, this is happening.
Totally. You know, metal.
I think that's Gunn's magic, though, is that he doesn't lay it on too thick. He just lays these things on just thick enough that like they're funny and they're like bang on and they're like relevant to the broader world, and it is how things would be. But it's just so often it feels like they're ham-fisted, you know. Like it's like the movie's trying to fucking teach you something or whatever, and it's just he just is the perfect layer of thickness. He doesn't lay it on too thick at all.
I think that's why, you know, I said what I said last week, or I think I said it last week, that like this may be or is, I think, one of the best superhero movies, period. I also think that, like Ben pointed out last week, that he so gets Superman and gets it exactly right. Like he understands the essence of the character, you know what I mean? And like the way it's set in that with that Silver Age feel, you know, it's very light. It's extremely light. It's not like heavy and dark and like Thanos is coming. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? You know, it's like it's just
the stakes
light.
are high, but it's not.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
It's not heavy, dude, you know, bro. It's not heavy gravy, you know, and it's like I think that Gunn is this sounds so cliched and stupid, but I'm going to say it anyway. He's you know, he's kind of genius. Like he really gets it, I think, in a way that nobody else has gotten it, you know? Like I liked the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, you know, and like you were so pumped about that movie, Ben. I remember. And the second one and the third one, you know, and that made me pay attention more.
Oh yeah,
you know? And like
I mean,
now
Guardians made me feel seen. I was like,
sure,
somebody out there gets it, you know?
Right. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, exactly, right? And made me pay attention more. And now coming to this movie, like, this guy is just, like, he gets it. He gets it in a way nobody else has gotten it. Like, and the reason why I say that is because of everything you guys were just saying, and because it is so maybe not perfect, but really, really well done embodiment of a comic book coming off the page and into motion on the screen. Like that is it. And that's a huge part of why this is so good. There's so many reasons why this is so good, but that's a big one, man. He really understands it. Like, and I think it took him going from Guardians 1 through all the films to get here.
Sure.
Excuse me. But we started to really see more of that, I think, in Suicide, you know, and this is just like, it's just incredible, man, from the look of everything, the sort of vague, you know, when does this take place? I don't know, you know, could kind of be the 80s, you know, with the clothes, and then there's cell phones, you know, and then it's like, you know, and then he's got the trunks in there, and like the costume's cool, the logo's dope, it's like just the dog, like everything. It's just so comic book. Mm-hmm. In a way that I have not seen, even since like the first Iron Man. Like the Marvel movies were good. And in the beginning, they were fantastic and we were pumped and it was great, right? But like,
I wouldn't say they're comic.
They didn't never. No, I wouldn't either. I don't think they never did it like this. And I think this is the way it should be done, you know, or this is like at least moving the whole thing in the right direction. So kudos to him. This is like one of the best ones, and that's why. And I think he's a huge part of that. That's why I wondered if he should be like running the whole DCU thing, or if he should just, you know, be Captain Kirk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, keep doing the movies.
Do what you do.
Yeah,
best,
I hope it doesn't.
You know?
I hope it doesn't affect what he has to offer, and I don't think it will. I think he can handle it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I don't know. He gets it. I think he really
does,
gets
right?
it, you know? the guy got me. You know, it was like the first Guardians movie. Like when I saw they were doing it, I was like, oh, I'm not familiar with that cast. That's someone with the fucking raccoon. Ugh, Jesus.
Sure.
Fucking
Same
gag me
here,
with a spoon,
man.
you know.
Like,
and then it's like, you know,
why are they including these guys, right?
3 movies later, I'm like fucking boohooing in a theater, like, you know, watching this fucking raccoon's background story, you know?
Right?
It's as ridiculous as it sounds, you know,
that was
like
amazing.
That's not ridiculous.
There you
though.
are, you know, and that's how fucking good he is. Like he gets it.
Right.
His movies have great action, but it's not like fucking, it's fun, you know, like it's never like super dark. It's always fun. And, you know, they're funny, but they're not like too quippy and goofy, you know, like the jokes are good. And like, you just give a fuck about the characters, you know, the people that he introduces. Sure. Like he's very good at like developing the character and making you fucking give a shit about them. You know, he's totally good at doing that from like the moment they enter, but the longer you have with them, the more it means, you know? So he just, you know, I think he has not a complicated formula per se, but he fucking knows how to like get the right balance of, you know, herbs in the sauce or whatever. It's just,
totally.
Ooh, yeah.
It's always, you know,
Six
it's not always the same thing. There are little variations, but like, you know, I think he worked his magic on this shit and, you know,
no doubt.
I don't know, in 5 years, like it may not mean as much to me, you know, but like I fucking needed this story, you know, like for me, like I needed
I agree with you.
You know, Superman is like a symbol of hope, right? Like the best Superman is like a symbol of hope. And I think the world needs a little bit of that shit right now. So I think he completely delivered on that, you know.
He did.
And you know, in spades, like just better than I don't even know what I expected, but it was fucking good. It was just really good.
Yeah, I'll admit when I heard it was, you know, James Gunn was doing Superman, I was intrigued, right? Because I'm so burned out on superhero movies, right, that I just don't even give a fuck. Like, last interesting thing I saw was Deadpool and Wolverine, and then when I started watching the Loki series a couple months back at your behest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was really, really great. Like, really great. Like, such good storytelling in that Loki show, man.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
And then when I heard Gunn was doing it, I was intrigued. I was like, this could be really good, you know? And I think this is the part adding to what you said, Ben, is that, like, this is the movie I've been waiting to see. You know, it's like we've had all of these movies and like there's some notable standouts. Mm-hmm. The Guardians movies obviously were great, you know, and you know, the second Captain America was kind of like a spy thriller, and I thought it was a really cool approach, you know, and we had you know, Infinity War, this epic battle and all this kind of shit, you know, and then there's like Watchmen, you know what I mean, which is like so panel for panel. Right. And still so good. Right. Like that's like one of Zack Snyder's best. And like, and then Man of Steel definitely. From Zack Snyder. Really, really good. Like another one of Zack Snyder's best. In fact, those are probably my two favorites by him, you know, and it's like, but in terms of that like comic feel, you know, like this is what I was waiting to see and I didn't realize this is what I was waiting to see for so long until I saw it. And I was like, holy shit, like this is a comic book in movie form. This isn't like an adaptation of a comic book. These aren't the comic book characters. This is a comic in movie form. And he like nailed every single element of that, you know, and it was great.
Yeah,
and it was light popcorn, great freaking super fights, great creature battles, like diabolical villainry, dude, and just
with
like
a dumbass plan that gets resolved. You know, like the plan's not like it's like all kinds of ridiculous plan shit.
The whole thing is stupid, but that's the point, right? Yeah. It's like it is. You're right. It is a real comic. It's not like a comic movie by way of like a war movie or a comic book movie by way of a heist movie or some shit like that. Like, which I feel like a lot of the Marvel content is sort of that, you know, it's like that type of movie, but with superheroes, you know, whereas this is like just really like a comic book plot and a comic book movie, you know,
Yeah.
with lots of with just a great cast and just very well well written but stupid on purpose.
Yeah,
Sure.
but I think what you were saying a minute ago, Ben, it's really the characters that bring it to life. Like Gunn clearly has an ability to make you connect with the characters, like a Rocket or a Gamora or any of these guys. Like it's the secret sauce. I think you really nailed that. It's
the secret sauce in any story, dude. I don't care if it's a radio play, a book, television show, whatever. That's the secret sauce, and we've been talking about that a lot. And the best stuff that we've seen, the stuff that we've liked the most collectively as a trio, has been the stuff where we were able to connect with the characters, and we all notice it, and we all do it, and we all comment on it. You know what I mean? And it's so important, and it makes us love the films.
Yeah, and we're talking about like I agree with what you're saying in terms of this being like probably the closest to comic book that you get, and you've been waiting for it. And I think like I would probably like say I've been waiting for this since maybe like the Raimi Spider-Man, first couple of Spider-Man. Like they were pretty close to the comic booky stuff.
Those were good.
Like I'm not saying that they're better or whatever, but like there's like we've come close a few times. Like you could even say like a 300 at the time, or a Sin City like came close to the indie comic kind of vibe. And was like true, or like you said, The Watchmen. But like, I think this definitely really captures the vibe of like mainstream comic, golden age, A+, A-list comic getting made into a movie where like you don't need to see the panel swipes or like any sort of shots here of like a comic book panel, but you fucking might as well, because that's how close it is to an actual comic issue.
Agreed.
So, I think you're right.
Agreed. And I think what I was going to add was that. So what I said a minute ago was that I think the other thing that's come really, really close, like Watchmen was great because it was like a absolutely faithful adaptation, with a couple minor omissions, like it's like almost panel for panel, But the one that really comes the closest to this in terms of like, hey, this is a comic book coming to life on screen is Sin City. There's no question about it.
But to the character thing, you don't really connect with it. Like it's
no, you don't. It's different, and but in terms of just that one thing where it's a comic book coming to life on screen, like Sin City is the other one that really nails it right, because it's literally like I had the graphic novels.
Yeah, same, and it's banging.
I bought them. I actually bought them for a friend, and I picked one up and was looking at it while I was watching the movie one time. And it's like literally panel for panel, it's the same. You know what I mean? So, no, the character connection and all that stuff isn't quite there with Sin City, but. That feeling of a comic book coming to life is very much there. Ben and I did that one as a twofer.
I
remember
and
a half ago.
I think that's why this one's better.
Gushing about it, but we didn't talk about that aspect of it because I don't think at the time it had come up. It just kind of because it's so different of a story. There's no superheroes per se,
Multiple
so
stories.
I didn't really think about that until right now.
Yeah, well, that's more. I don't know, literal,
sure.
In terms of being a, comic book come to life, there's panels and the thing is filmed like panels in a comic book. And that's fucking super cool, but it's a stylistic thing.
Yeah.
Whereas this is more like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is deeper. Yeah, I agree.
Just, well, it's just a different approach, but it gives you just as much of the vibe. Yeah.
But I would say that like the literal adaptation, I thought I wanted a literal adaptation of a 300 or a literal adaptation of a Sin City. And it turns out watching something like this, like that's not actually what I wanted. I wanted this,
Sure.
It's like, if I want the literal adaptation, read the fucking comic. You want to see something that's like, I don't know. It's taking it and doing something with it, And the Marvels went a little bit too far, leaning away from the comics. And I think this is leaning into the comic, but it's not doing the literal lifting of the material. And that's what makes it, it's elevating the material. It's making it better.
I agree. Totally. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I will say for the Hollywood money machine is the powers that be seem to be finally grokking that, like, Galactus doesn't have to be a fucking cloud because people just wouldn't accept like a giant, dude in a costume. roaming through a city or that kind of a thing. And like, I feel like we've gone from those kind of movies to like, you know, sort of baby steps, you know, toe in the water, getting closer and closer to like just literal, you know, okay, no, this is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Not to bring Fantastic Four into it, but you know, it's like, yeah, no, that's Galactus, not a fucking space cloud, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
not a nebula that's going to envelop Earth or whatever, you know? And I think that's a win for the nerds, you know, for the people that give a shit. Like,
it's okay.
I feel like we're getting.
I mean, if any group of 3 people is like, it's okay to do sci-fi shit, like people will come on board, you know, like, it's nice to see the money machine coming around a little bit.
Yeah. Like their, I don't know, need to create a broader appeal or something seems to be waning and sort of being like, okay, yeah, well, I guess people like this stuff, so let's just fucking do it, you know?
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure I grab what you're saying, bud. What do you mean? Like, you're saying that they're getting on board with like newer, better shit like this? Is that what you mean?
No, I feel like the money people are more willing to let there be a more faithful adaptation of something as opposed to like,
they're less cocky about it.
Oh, people are never going to, you know, buy this. Like we can't have this, you know, like, I think there was a lot of that at the beginning, you know, where they're just like, well, we're going to try and make it be this kind of movie. You know, we'll let you have the superheroes, but like, we can't have this because like people will just never accept that. That's just, you know, that's just too crazy. Sure. And, you know, now we're getting the crazy shit.
Yeah.
Which is what people wanted.
Yeah, totally, man. You know, and it was, I don't know, semi-related.
It's a you know, a minor case W in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
we
bitch
win about
regardless.
Yeah. We bitch about, you know, this stuff all the time and what the money machine does to these movies. And I feel like seeing something like this, it's a W, you know, like.
I agree. I wholeheartedly. And like, I mean, they're so, you know, they're so like, whatever, they're so afraid to lose money and they think they know, but they prove to themselves over and over again that they don't know. You know what I mean? And like, what you just said made me think of was like, you know, it was so cool what Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool. You know, he was like, no, dude, the fans will love this. And you need to like ask the fans. Like nobody's asking the fans, and now you can ask them because there's the internet. And he like released like a little, whatever it was, a test screening or a little fucking thing they filmed, and everybody went fucking bananas. And that's what got the movie made, you know. And it's like, see, fucking dummies. Here you go, man. Can't be done.
I mean, letting the fans decide isn't always the right thing either, but.
No, dude, come on. I know. But you know what I mean.
Allowing like the creatives to bring their vision to life with no compromise, I think is a good thing. And I feel like that's slowly starting to happen.
Yeah, definitely, man.
More so than it was, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I was watching like an interview with the Venture Brothers and like Doc Hammer, not the Venture Brothers, but the creators of the Venture Brothers. Doc Hammer and Jackson Public, and Doc Hammer was saying something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing here, like they were asking him about like Marvel movies and the rise of like, you know, nerd culture, et cetera. And, you know, like, do you think like we've won? And he's like, well, you know, not actually, because it's like, it's more like just the money people have realized that like they can, you know, get stuff from the nerds if we put it out there, but like, it's not the nerds making this stuff. It's like, you know, the jocks, you know, it's like the money people. It's the successful people. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a bad paraphrasing, but
no, but that makes sense.
No, it's good.
It does seem like that's the case. Well, I think, you know, it rhymes with the many Disney property conversations we've had where it's like the suits generally map to the jocks for the purposes of analogy, and the suits are in charge, man. And, you know, I don't know about you guys, but the jocks were not a hell of a lot of fun when you were in school. You know, like the fun people were not the fucking the jockey jocks.
No.
So
No.
it doesn't surprise that they're not able to find the heart of art. I hope
The heart of art.
I hope Gunn stays behind the camera. I think he's smart enough to do that, but I definitely don't want him to go Kevin Feige style and just produce everything. Like, he just needs to stay making shit, in my opinion.
No, I think he'll do what he wants to do, and I think he'll find really good people to take on the other stuff, you know? I mean, he obviously can't do everything in the DCU, but...
No.
Well, that's what Snyder was trying to do, and that was too much. Sorry.
I feel like even Favs is doing more production now than direction, and you know, I'm a big fan of what Favs has done with the stuff that he's worked on in the Star Wars universe. You know, him and Fillion, or Filoni, I should say.
Speaking of Fillion,
dude, how fucking good was Fillion?
Dude, come on, the guy was He was like, he said, I read in the Nuggets, he was like, the guy's got to have a bowl cut. Like,
I love that he stuck to those guns, man. Like, it's like it's so
funny,
great.
Dude.
They're doing a show.
So
I guess he's gonna have a show,
finally, good,
which is great.
Fucking God, finally.
He's so beloved by the broader nerd community too. That I love
he's
that he's
just
getting some love again. You know,
Dude, that guy is so loved by fans. It is insane. They love everything he does.
I love everything he does. He's fucking great.
I have, you know, I mean, Christ, he had a little teeny part in Suicide Squad, you know, and I was like, man, why doesn't this guy have more?
And in Guardians 3.
Yeah,
exactly. But like,
he has a relationship with James Gunn. I'm glad he finally got like a good meaty part.
he's such a
and like
fucking
a relationship that like
in
they're
this movie.
good old buddies. You know what I mean? Like they don't. It's not just like they work together. Like they're old buddies from something.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chad. What did you say?
I was trying to come up with a word for what I think, and I think I did. Where it's like he's such a dildo in this, and I love
dildo. Yeah, he is.
He's just such a fucking dildo, man. Like
he is great.
The shit he makes out
So
of his
great.
ring, you know, like the middle finger. Like I took
Dude,
Ethan to this
the
in the
best
theater, and it
ever.
was just really funny, man. Like
It was hilarious, dude. My favorite one was like the weird little like fucking trepanning like oil well drill that he like
Eye
built
poker?
on like the monster's eye, like poke its eye.
sure.
Yeah, the thing was,
This is
it's
awesome,
like,
man.
what?
Oh, come on, dude. Really?
and at one
was like,
stage he
no,
did
It was
No,
fucking
no,
hilarious, and I loved it.
I
but
know
yeah.
I know it was, but I'm challenging your selection of hilarious lantern item, right? Mine, I think, is gotta be hands down. Like the middle fingers, I was like, that is too perfect. But the best was the fucking giant oven mitts, dude.
Well, I think the thing about the
Yeah,
oven mitts is
yeah.
that he was surprised that he made them. He's like, I made oven mitts. Okay, you know.
Yeah.
She's like, good for you.
I just like that it surprised him that his subconscious summoned the oven mitts out of nowhere, you know? Like, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Or even like when the like giant like celestial eye is in the background of like the like emotional beat scene with
You see the bat.
with Clark and he's like beating the thing up with a fucking bat. Like, it's so stupid, but I love it. You know,
Well, I
It
mean,
is.
like the green ring aside, like when he's talking to Brosnan in the secret lair and like gives away that it's Clark, and she's like, "You shouldn't be saying this shit, man." He's like, "What?" You know, like he's just kind of an idiot about it.
No,
but
no.
it's-
He's like, I am of the cloth. She's like, what? or like, he is also of the cloth, and she's like, what? He's like, just gestures to his uniform. It's like,
it's fucking great. I don't know. Man.
Yeah.
I want to see way more. Of
no,
him.
I
He's
do
got
too.
the
I mean,
Cena.
I think,
He's got the Cena Peacemaker kind of like, I don't know. There's just something about maybe the writing and the acting choice. Like there's the way that
They
he
have
sprinkles
similar
these types of characters.
styles
in.
of
It's just-
comedy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
it's different, but
I think they have similar styles of comedy, but I think they take like Gunn's material in these, you know what I mean? And like they do well with it.
yeah.
You know, like they know how to make
Yeah.
it really pop, dude. Like really pop. And it's great. You know, it was great seeing Peacemaker in that little teeny like TV segment, you know?
Yeah.
In the movie. I thought it was great. He's like, yeah, you know, whatever. You know, so true to the character. Anyway, yeah, really, really good, dude. I love, you know, Fillion is great, and it was great to see him get like a large, juicy part. You know, that's it. And I also love when he green cubed the kid in, you know, Jarapanjura.
Yes,
God, I can't say it. Jarapanya,
whatever. Sure.
Let me just take the
definition out. I think it was.
I don't know. I hope.
Maybe that's what my new nickname should be.
Jarapon.
I think it's Jarhan Fur.
Oh yeah,
Jarapon Death.
But I think like I think that the major mistake that James Gunn would never have made, but almost every other studio fuck knuckle would have made, is it would not have been. It would not have been Mr. Terrific and Superman. It would not have been Mr. Terrific saving the day with Lois. It would have been Fillion saving the day. It would have just been like, give us more Fillion. And I think that there was just the right amount of Green Lantern to like whet the appetite. Because like if you had Green Lantern and Superman throughout the movie,
so much
it's
more.
Like, yeah, exactly. I think if you had like Green Lantern as the person, it would have been like the Wolverine Deadpool thing, where it's just like too much of a thing, you know? And like Wolverine Deadpool was fine, but it's like it's a different kind of movie. It's just trying to be silly and funny and stupid and like fan service, and like that's fine.
Totally.
But the fact that they went with Mr. Terrific here, I was just like, okay. And it was like he was fucking great. And it was like,
oh my God, dude.
Great to see Fillion, but I'm glad it wasn't the buddy cop Fillion Superman kind of Green Lantern show, you know?
It's a good point. I'm glad you brought it up, and I totally agree. I think any regular people would have just taken the Green Lantern, stuffed him up with Superman, and been like, "Dude, this is the setup for the Justice League." It's like, dude, stop boring me with your mediocrity. This is so much better, dude. You know, like just like you said, giving us just enough, and then you know, as Ben said last week, like. Terrific, like kind of steals the show, man. I mean, he so funny, dude.
Yeah,
it was great.
I've never seen that guy before.
You know, I'm not
Eddie Gathegi is the guy's name.
Yeah, Eddie Gathegi. Yeah,
awesome. Holy shit, he was so good and funny.
Super funny.
Funny in a way I haven't seen. It was really, really, really good. And the technology was cool. I mean, when he fought all those dudes at that beach camp, it was awesome. Yes, it was awesome.
James Gunn music choice, man.
Yeah, man. It was just awesome. He was great, dude. God, he was so fantastic. Like, I remember when I first saw him, when I saw it like 2 weeks ago, I was just kind of like, who is this dude with these weird... this chair and these orbs.
And his face thing was cool, man. I really dug that, actually.
Oh my God, it was totally cool. And he was so cool. And he knew he was cool, and he knew everything he had was cool, and he was just so into it, you know? And it just worked so well. He just owned the shit out of, like the actor owned the shit out of the character owned the shit out of everything he did, and it was just freaking great.
Yeah.
You know? And then that scene with the goddamn garage door was so good and so funny. You know, man.
No doubt.
This is great, dude. I mean, it's like perfect. He's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So it's like the bit where like he gets into the I forget what the name of the vehicle is, but you know, the Terrific pod or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, right. That's terrific pod.
And Lois is like going on about her relationship with Superman, and like he's like, yeah, I don't really do emotions.
Yeah. She just keeps going.
And she keeps going. Oh no, that's just me thinking out loud. Yeah. I probably should have broken up with him.
Yeah. It's a like apparently, you know, I don't know what the inspiration was, but apparently there were, you know, like James Gunn had something very specific in mind, and then like I don't know, like he Eddie Gathegi did a thing, and they were like just like, no, wait, this is it. Like, this is the thing, you know, whatever that thing is. Like
it's just like apathetic,
it was
cool, you know.
Yeah, it was a collaboration on like his attitude and like the way he did the character, and it turned out really great.
Yeah,
It was a
No, it
really good,
really
good
was.
combination of elements. Yeah, it was fantastic, man. I thoroughly enjoyed him.
I think it was the same again. Like it was the right amount of him. Like it was a lot of him, and he was a major piece here. And I think what happens is the smart move is he comes in and is a little Nathan Fillion sized piece of a couple other movies, and it's just like you enjoy it. You just be like, fuck yeah, dude, I love that guy. You know, it's kind of Guardians of the Galaxy esque, where the cast is so big that it's not always focused on all of the people, and they come and go, and it's okay, and it's handled really well. You know.
Yeah, it's almost not. I mean, it's very James Gunn to have like the cast, like the superhero lineup to be sort of like the cast of Broken Toys or whatever, you know, like
Yeah.
The Justice Gang is
So good.
you know, they're petty, they argue all the time, they're their leader's kind of a douchebag. Like there's a lot of parallels there with like Guardians of the Galaxy, and like Superman is kind of like the new kid on the block almost, you know.
Yeah.
And he's sort of like the odd man out, like being as, pure and it's like, it's a great decision. It like really showcases like what Superman is really like. He's like, oh, what the hey, dude, and Nathan Fillion's throwing up middle fingers like at tanks, and it's a good choice, I think. And for a Superman movie, like it's almost like they spend a lot of time with everybody in this. It's not just like
they do
100%
just
on Superman. Yeah. Like everybody gets like a very kind of, from
time to shine.
Yeah. Everybody gets from Green Lantern to, Jimmy.
That person.
Jimmy.
Jesus.
Jimmy was the
Dude, I loved the whole Jimmy
the
thing.
Stud. That Jimmy the Stud angle was so
fucking
good.
great.
I mean, it just
he said my toes look like someone spilled shrimp cocktail. I fucking love Jimmy.
Jimmy was great, man.
And now we can be together forever.
Great. This take of Eve Tessmacher was fucking hilarious.
The best.
So good.
The best. And she was really cool and smart secretly. And she really she became like an integral part of the story. Like I loved that, man. I loved that she wasn't just this ditzy like Instagram chick, It was really cool.
Totally.
I liked that a lot. I thought that was a fabulous inclusion.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who I did not care for, and this is probably my only mark against this movie, and it's not really even that big of a deal, is I just didn't like Hawkgirl. I thought the actress was miscast, or rather the part was miscast. She didn't really fit for me. I mean, again, I'm like you, Ben, I'm not a big DC guy, but what I do know, I just was kind of like, this doesn't jive.
She was in Romulus that we did recently.
Was she?
Yeah.
Was she one of the crew? Yeah. And she's in Last of Us. I'm not saying she's a bad actress.
No,
not at all. But I didn't think that the character was quite.
She was just a quip.
Look, I mean, I could be way off a base here because I don't know enough about the Hawk characters at all. You know what I mean?
Other than Harvey Birdman,
and I don't know enough.
It's the only.
I don't.
I like.
Yeah. Well.
I don't know much about like the lore of the characters or any of that stuff, but like I did enjoy Black Adam, and the only reason I liked watching that, and I watched it a couple times, was two reasons: because the Justice Society was in it, Hawkman was in it, and the main reason was because Pierce Brosnan was playing Dr. Fate, and that alone was what I wanted to see because because Pierce Brosnan, dude, right? And he was fantastic. So, I don't know. I kind of had that in my mind. Like, she had like a cool look, but I don't know. I had this kind of like tall redhead, kind of built more like Wonder Woman, like super athletic and strong and kind of. I don't know. I just didn't think it didn't seem like the right choice. Not taking anything away from the actress herself. I just didn't seem like the right choice to me. It was like my only thing that I didn't really think was right in the movie.
Sure. I kind of liked that the Justice Gang were not just a bunch of like supermodel superheroes, though. Like I kind of like the broken toy aspect, you know. So maybe through that lens, it
Definitely.
fits a bit better, you know. Like if it was
Little
fucking
bit.
Gal Gadot with wings, like I'd just be like, cool. But I kind of liked
Hmm.
maybe that it wasn't in a way.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ben.
It's contrary to what we were just talking about before this, where I don't think she got a particularly satisfying arc.
Yeah,
Agreed.
And
I agree with
presuming
that
that,
too, yeah.
James
Could've
Gunn
gotten
made this
cut.
choice for a reason, and that she's going to be there, you know, in the next one with a something more substantial, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I get it now, you know, yeah, because really she's just sort of there to like, I don't
She
know,
hasn't had her moment
disagree about the
Bolster
name
the
of
Justice
the
Gang.
the
Yeah,
Justice Gang, you know, and just be like, nope, that's not her name.
Yeah.
And you know,
Which-
she's got some funny
kinda
lines
funny.
there, and she does a good job with it.
She kicks
but-
some ass.
Still working
Yeah,
on
she
it.
does good in
No,
the
she
super
definitely
fights,
kicks
yeah.
some ass, but she just she doesn't have a lot of like character development.
Yeah.
That too. I agree with that as well.
Well, and she
yeah.
had that. I haven't seen Peacemaker still because I'm an idiot, but like she's in one episode of that. So like they're sprinkling
Same.
her out. Yeah, I imagine you're right that she will have.
Oh, she was?
She'll have some
And
sort
Yeah.
of
same
broader
actress?
thing sometime soon.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Like I said, I'm sure James Gunn picked her for a good fucking reason. I don't know. I mean, I don't. I'm ambivalent to like what I
Yeah.
think Hawkgirl should look like. I don't really have any, you know, preconceived notion there. But yeah, there was, you know, maybe it was. It's not that I didn't like her. I was like, okay, well, she's just sort of there, you know, like there wasn't like there wasn't much of an arc there or much of a development. She's just sort of there to like throw out some quippy lines, mostly related to like not wanting to be called the Justice Gang.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm just
Yeah.
looking at. I'm just looking at the casting for Guardians to refresh my memory of the characters, and it's not at all the same, but like a Nebula character in the first movie is completely different than the broader arc of Nebula throughout the rest, you know, and it wouldn't surprise me
Yeah.
if it just needs some time to develop, you know.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think that's it.
But yeah, I don't have anything for or against it. I didn't really care, I guess. But yeah, it's not a moot point at all. I was hoping
It's
you were going
not
to
a-
say
but
like
it's also
Rachel
not
Brosnan
like a-
or something, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
sure.
It wasn't like a huge thing.
No,
I just
no,
was
no.
like the picture what I've seen of her in comics and various animated things and all that. I was just like, this doesn't seem like the right person
Yeah.
to play this part. Like she just doesn't look right. You know what I mean? Doesn't necessarily have to be like, you know, Wonder Woman-esque supermodel looking, but you know, again, like the the Hawk people are aliens, so it's like, you know, they seem to have this sort of like
Yeah, she does have red hair. I'm just not familiar with the character. I felt the same way about
And some-
the engineer. Like,
I don't think she's actually the like OG I watched all these like, you know,
is that right?
after the fact, I watched all these like what you need to know about this character before you see Superman
Okay.
movies. I watched them like
Oh, okay.
after, and
Right,
there's
right,
different
right.
iterations
It's
of
like a
Hawkgirl, and I think her
Oh.
iteration is supposed to be like like a different version,
Almost like
not
Nick
the
Fury.
OG Hawkgirl, but like a different iteration. Yeah. Like there's different iterations in the comics, you know, like there's like
Sure.
the original Hawkgirl, and then there's like, I forget what the actual, you know, it's like some bizarre thing where like she's like, I don't know, like somewhat possessed by the spirit of Hawkgirl or something, you know, but she's just like a,
Right.
you know, was like a regular person who ended up in a situation kind of a thing. So, and I think that's the deal with this particular iteration. So that might explain why you're not feeling the like
she just fundamentally
alien
didn't get enough
vibe,
time,
you know.
regardless. Of
Yeah,
character,
the silver. I mean,
design.
the Silver Age one, according to Wikipedia, is like her and Hawkman were like police officers on Thanagar, right? They were like,
Yeah.
full-on
I
aliens.
love that.
I know. It's kind
What
of
the fuck
stupid.
is a Thanagar? And I'm just kind of into it.
it's a place. It's a planet, right?
I know.
And then
Cops
the-
on the,
the
beat
one
in
after
Thanagar. Like,
after the Hawk World reboot, I mean, you know,
I want to see the two of them like crammed into a car with their wings all fucking like wrinkled up, drinking coffee like on the beat, you know, cop show.
yeah.
Historically, I'm a little allergic to winged superheroes. You know,
Yes, I get
That's
that.
fair.
I was never big on Angel or Archangel
Archangel's
or
pretty cool. Metal Wings.
or Falcon for that matter, or Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Like I just
I
didn't
couldn't give a
you know.
fuck about Falcon, to be honest. I love the actor, but I could give a fuck about Falcon.
I like what Anthony Mackie did with the
Anthony Mackie's
character
great.
and what they
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
what they did with him. But like, I mean, before that, I was just like, what? Who cares?
Yeah, it's the winged
whatever,
character.
yeah.
Just-
It's nothing about Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, no, I'm going all the way to the comics. You know, I'm like, oh, well, great. Like,
Same.
you know, there's all these other people that can fly without wings, so it seems like
Yeah, pussy.
kind of seems like a waste of real estate, or like I'm making you a larger target. You know, like I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
You know what, Ben? You're like, I just was like reading a little bit about this, and like, you're right. So the new Hawk Girl, at least in like the 1999 version, was Kendra Saunders, granddaughter of the Golden Age Hawk Girl's cousin. You know what I mean?
there you go. Yeah, yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's what you're talking about, dude.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
in the
Awesome.
like,
She's-
Hawkgirl dies, and they're like sitting in front of a bunch of lawyers, and there's like, and the helmet is going to go to the granddaughter, and she's like, oh, cool. Now you're Hawkgirl.
The
girl.
granddaughters. Yeah, right. Just like,
It would be funnier if that's what it actually was, but
It would be. Hey, we never know.
yeah, it's some
It
kind of
would.
kooky supernatural thing. But
I don't know. I mean, like
that
they
explains it,
like,
right? You know, like,
Yeah, I mean, like right here, this says like, you know, after the Hawk World reboot, it's like Hawk World. Like, was there
After
even
the
enough
Hawk
interest in?
It's like, who
Somebody was
fucking
into
gives a shit? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, somebody was into it, but I mean, it's like really there was enough interest beyond Hawk Guy and Hawk Girl for a whole Hawk World.
I stand by my previous comment. Harvey Birdman is the only acceptable winged superhero.
Absolutely, dude.
the Hawk guy from I can't think of his name. Fuck. From Flash Gordon too. I was totally cool with him.
Oh,
but,
yeah. Yeah.
him and Harvey Birdman are the only two Hawk people.
They'd be bros.
They'd be bros.
Yeah, they would. They'd drink fucking
Oh, that's
hawk
so
mead
funny.
in the halls of Valhalla.
No,
Prince
not to, like-
Voltan. Ha, ha, ha,
Voltan, yeah.
Dive!
Holy shit, that's funny. I mean, like they're you know the winged characters, man. Like I don't know, not to go too far off track, but like
Too
you know,
late.
it's like Angel. It's like Angel. It's like all right, he flies. He has hollow bones. It's like
Yeah.
and
He's
And
got a hollow fucking character arc, is what he's got.
sounds like somebody that could be shot out of the air very easily and then
Exactly.
never get back up again. You know. Yeah.
That would be so great just to have it be like, hey, I'm actually a superhero too. He just gets clipped by a fucking bird shot, and then that's it. He's gone.
Yeah.
a very
some
James
fucking
Gunn
some
way to
redneck
just-
with a fucking 12 gauge
Yeah.
is like
Fucking birds.
totally.
sets off his his
I could see.
his
Yeah.
tailored duck call and fucking Angel just accidentally comes over the horizon line. It's like
Oh my god, dude, that would be the best like James Gunny
It would be
way
like a
to kill
great
off
stinger
that
at the end,
character in an
Yeah.
X-Men. Like if James Gunn did X-Men, it would be great if in the beginning it was like the opening shot is like a bunch of guys duck hunting and like they throw the calls out and then they start shooting and you don't see anything and then like a giant person drops out of the sky and lands in the water.
But
It's
then
Angel.
it would
He's
cut to
gone.
like the rainy day. Everyone's got an umbrella funeral for for Angel too. You know, like you make it. Real
and then we get
somber.
Hello Darkness, my old friend comes
Yeah.
on, you know, by Simon and Garfunkel because that's never been used.
Never.
But it would be funny in that context. It would be hysterical. Man,
Watchmen.
you know? Yeah, exactly. Totally.
I love it.
But like you know, that is the character.
That is our treatise on winged superheroes.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially Angel. He should be shot by a hunter and disposed of immediately because
immediately.
yeah, there's just nothing.
Yeah,
going
I guess
on
like the cyber winged like Archangel version was like a little cooler, but
there. It was definitely cooler. I
Only
remember
because the word
reading a bunch
cyber
of
is
that.
involved.
No,
well,
he
I
wasn't
don't
called
even think they
Cyber
were.
Angel.
I'm just using that to describe what he looked like. I'm sure it was something completely different as far as I
Grasping.
remember, but I don't remember exactly what it was.
He kind of like
yeah.
he like apocalypsed him, like in terms of his look, like gave him like this purple blue skin, or I don't know what the deal was.
Where
it
you
was
could
like
shoot the
Yeah,
like little
he did look
feathers,
like a winged
knives
apocalypse,
out of his
sort of, though,
metal
yeah.
wings, you know, like he had
well,
some
he was
shit
Ben.
going
He was either completely naked.
on. Ben.
with
Chad's talking.
no
Let's just
gen-
keep talking.
Yeah, he was either he was either he was either completely naked with he was either completely naked with like no visible genitalia, or he was wearing an entire one piece that went from the top of his head all the way down to his
That's
toes.
what it was,
I don't know
yeah.
which it
It
was,
was a leotard.
but it was like a.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like a Silver Surfer scenario. You know, you're like, I don't know. Is it his skin? He just doesn't have any genitalia,
Is it his
or
skin? How does he pee? What goes on? You
Yeah.
know, does he eat? You know, like so he was like blue with like these like red or sort of pinkish kind of stripes, and then the metal wings. As Chad said a number of times already, that he shot blades out of the wings, and that was like okay, I get that.
Snipes out of his wings,
And he's like kind of super and indestructible, but like the regular Angel was just kind of like wimpy and
Yeah.
weak
like
and
we're like
hollow,
40 minutes
hollow
into our
boned.
Angel-a-thon.
our Angel de Sac.
He's like, I can fly.
Just weak, and like why is he there?
Sorry we didn't get to Lex Luthor or Lois Lane, but fuck me if winged superheroes are not such lame sauce.
It's like Xavier keeps him around to like deliver secret messages to Magneto or something. Like he was a carrier
He
pigeon.
had the little tube on his leg.
Who's this member of the X-Men? I'm Carrier Pigeon.
But he gets like a call, in his room. It's like, man, Angel, please report to Xavier's office. And he's like, maybe I'll get me to do something cool today, guys. I'll go out with the gang. And they go up and he just hands him a tube of paper. He's like, fuck, all right.
Angel, what news of the land? And he like pulls the note off, and it's like
Totally. It's like parchment,
it's
all
like
frayed on
he's
the
reading it,
edges.
and it's like Patrick Stewart's voice with like reverb on it. It's like
I was
"Dear
going to say
Eric."
that, yeah. Angel, I need you to take these sketches to Magneto.
It's just a
And then
picture.
see me in my
It's like a
room.
picture of a dick. It's not even like useful messages. It's just like him sending shit talk.
Dear Eric,
I'm sending dick
Fuck
pics
you.
to Magneto. See me in my ready room.
Hang on, I got another dick ready to send over there. It's very important. Sorry you couldn't go with the gang today.
I drew a picture of my dick. I'm sending it to Magneto.
Notice the pubes. There's a few pubes.
Wolverine stumbles into Magneto. He's like, "What are you doing, Charles? You in here drawing pictures of dicks to send to fucking Eric again?
Again.
It's none of your business."
Now go to my ready room. Good stuff. So
that's Hawkman. Hawk Girl.
yeah, so that's Hawk Girl.
Get out of here.
Move
I'll tell
on.
Gene you've been crying on my shoulder again.
It's funny
All
talking
right.
about worthless comic book heroes. All right, what else? Who else?
Lois, dude. I mean, Rachel Brosnan is amazing.
Dude.
She is. Have you seen Miss Maisel? Has
Yeah,
anybody
dude.
seen
That's
Miss
well. My
Maisel?
introduction to her was she was like the prostituted girl in House of Cards for like half of a season.
Oh shit, that's right.
She was the kind of drug addict girl. Like that was. I think that was her.
Yeah, I
debut.
saw that. Yeah.
So like I discovered her there, which was a great part, and then Maisel was amazing. So
Maisel was amazing. I didn't finish it, but I watched like 3 or 4 episodes, and it was fantastic.
yeah, I watched the first season. It was very, very good. Very good.
No, hey man, she's a very capable actress, man. Like Ms. Maisel has gotten like just tons and tons of accolades. So it was good to see her in it. It was good to see somebody a little different in it too. That wasn't like a That's what's kind of what I like about Gunn movies is he puts all these people in the movies that aren't like these like mega stars. You know what I mean? Like it's just like they're all just like good actors. You know, like
Sure.
I mean maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm pretty right about that. You know, I mean certainly when Guardians came out, like a lot of those like you know nobody knew who the hell what's his name was Quill was. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. You are right about that, but I'm not sure you're right in this particular case. I feel like she's pretty well known.
No issues. Yeah.
For the specific things that she does.
Not saying she's
despite the
not.
fact
I'm
that-
just yeah.
I don't know her from those things because I haven't seen her. But
She's just not
you know,
like when Amy Adams played that part, you know, like it was Amy Adams. You know, what
I
mean?
like
Like,
Amy
she's
Adams,
just,
but
like,
I didn't like her as Lois.
I didn't
Yeah.
like her as Lois either. I didn't like the way they wrote Lois either. Like she was just really just crushing on him hard all the time. You know, it was kind of
Well, like Margot Kidder was
little
salty,
gooey.
and I feel like Brosnan is not salty, but like just as strong. I just like how strong she is. You know, she kicks his fucking ass in that interview, and it's just like hell yeah.
But
girl,
Margot
you know, like,
Kidder
get it
was
done.
also like super princessy about everything. You know, like
Yeah,
can you
I
read
think-
my mind?
dude, that was the best.
Here I am, like a kid out of school,
Quivering.
Do you see me?
holding hands with a god. I'm a
my God.
fool.
Good stuff.
I think.
Shivering.
You think what?
I think Rachel Brosnahan is my favorite version because she has
Definitely.
like sort of the best attributes of
all
she has
of
like all the
them.
pros from the Margot Kidder Lois
Yeah,
and none of the
without
cons.
Agreed.
You know,
Agreed. And she's a little bit softer, you know what I mean? Like Margot Kidder was like, you know, kind of intense, man, you know, and
Yeah.
like she's got the like hard edge dishing kind of thing going on, you know, but like she's also
Yeah,
got
she's-
the softer
she's-
side, and she's like, God, I suck at relationships, you know, like she's very human in that, you know what I mean? She's not just
Yeah.
like this tornado like boss girl that comes whirling on screen and just kind of like you
Right.
know, destroys
Yeah, I
everything.
mean,
she's
the-
there's nuance there, you know. Sorry.
the Kidder version is very cartoonish. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
it's great, but it's a little two dimensional. Whereas this is something that's a little more
Deeper.
a little deeper, a little more fleshed out, but similar in the right ways. I think you know, which
Yeah.
for me, anyways, rings true. I don't know much about the comic. Well, the most I know about Superman is like Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve, Superman, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So-
Same.
Me too.
And you could say that in general about this movie is like it takes the best things from that and like expands on them. And this interpretation of Lois is no exception to that, and is a great part of the movie, and a really integral part of the movie too.
Absolutely, man. And she plays like a real. She's smart, and she plays a really key role, like in the actual doing of things. You know, taking the
Yeah.
ship and saving his ass, and taking him to Kansas, and then bringing him back, and you know, going with Terrific in through the warp hole jet engine thing. You know, and
Pocket universe.
yes,
Portal.
pocket
Yeah.
dimension. So, you know, like I really liked how hands-on she was, you know, going over to the Super Friends building, dude, to be like, yo, guys,
Yeah, what the
hello,
fuck,
are you
guys?
gonna do something? And everybody's just like, you know, yeah, no, we're going to sit here and just be stupid. And then Terrific's like, yo, let's take my ride.
No,
So, yeah, she's very, really good in that way, you know? She's very hands-on.
I just want to piss off guy.
Integral. Yeah, right? I love that, Ben.
I like the disarming nature of the "I love you" bit. You know, like they're having the heart to heart, and he says it, and she's just kind of like, "Whoa," you know. But she's like not sure, and she's like, "I knew this would never work out." And then towards the end, she like throws an "I love you too" back at him, and it was like the right amount of romantic stuff. It wasn't super sappy. It wasn't the like Margot Kidder quivering, shivering bullshit. It also wasn't Kate Bosworth with the kid, you know, in the Superman Returns one that I like. You know, it's like that in between, like where like they're together and it's kind of working but kind of not. And I kind of like that they're playing in that space.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I thought it was great. In fact, I wrote in my notes like the interview is like one of the best scenes in the movie, man. It's so
Yeah.
key and it's so good at showing Superman just being a normal human and struggling with the human condition himself, even, you know, and it makes it even cooler because he's got all these powers, you know, like that is just such a great part of the movie, you know?
But when you pair that with the heart-to-heart punk rock scene, those two scenes I think are
Yeah.
excellent.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Um,
What are they called? The Munchie Crab Joys?
no,
Sorry.
The Mighty Mighty Crab Stones or something.
There you go.
so yeah, that is. I think that's sort of the idea, but it's the Mighty Crab Joys.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
And just in general, that you're kind of thrown into the middle of a bunch of stuff that's already in process. Like you're just like, you know, like
Yeah, I'm glad you
you're
brought this up.
you're like getting up to speed as the movie goes. Like you're in there before the dust is settled on anything. Like you're just,
Thankfully.
you know, so the way they handled the relationship between Clark and Lois is good there. Like you're just, you know, it's already going on. She already knows he's Superman. We don't need to explain it. Like there's no like reveal. There's no origin bullshit going on there. It's just like you're already there, but like, you know, they're really new and they're figuring it out. And like, I just think that's like and the whole, everything in the movie is sort of like that. And I think it was a really smart choice to do it like that.
Well, I mean, I think too, to kind of expand on that a little bit, Ben, is it's like, dude, we've already done like, you know, not us, but collectively the planet has done,
Yeah.
you know, what, 40, 50 superhero movies? Like we don't need the bullshit origin story. And
Ever
I actually,
again.
I read, I pulled up IMDb earlier on today, and after I saw the movie, and I was just looking at some of the, you know, not fun nuggets and whatnot. And I actually read some of the reviews. Like I was like, I wonder what other people are thinking about this movie, because I highly regard this movie. And you know, there was a lot of like, it was kind of like either 6 or 10. You know, like people either, in my opinion, got what I think Ben, you and I get about this, you know, and why it's so great, or they were just, you know, a lot of people are like, well, I've read International Society of Superman and every Superman comic in the universe, and, you know, and then there was another guy that was like,
International House of Pancake Superman and Superman. Where Superman
always put my
is a
strawberry
blue
syrup in a
pancake
large
with a gold Superman medallion in the center and a red cape, and it flies around saving people.
but dude, that's the kind of thing that you would have in the 40s and the 50s, right? You know, you'd have a whole series that was the, you know, this is the International House of Pancakes Superman from the 40s. It was, you know, introduced the dog or whatever. You know, it's so funny. Jesus. But like, you know, this one guy was saying that he was like, you know, he's like,
I want to
I
go
understand.
I mean,
No.
a short stack of S-shaped flapjacks, please. I'm so there. Strawberry syrup.
Good.
Give me some strawberry syrup on my plate. Some blueberry syrup too. I put the blueberry syrup on the plate and then the strawberry syrup on the flapjacks, and it looks just like a shirt.
You're missing an obvious. It would have to be glow in the dark green syrup, dude.
That would kill it. That would kill the vibe, dude. You can't kryptonite the syrup.
You can't kill the vibes, man.
Kryptonite the syrup, man. That's un-American. That's communist. Kryptonite is communist.
Yeah. Right?
Sorry. Anyways, I don't know what the hell you were talking about.
You're
I'm
right.
still
You're
stuck
right.
on International House
I
of
was more
Pancakes.
talking about some like weird, you know, offshoot Superman comic where Superman is actually a pancake.
I'm
Oh,
in.
right on, yeah.
Have Spider-Ham style. I'm fucking in.
Yeah, I'm with it. I had something different in my head.
And
I
like, you know, like teaming and fighting various other breakfast foods.
Yeah, it's like and then like does a crossover with a let's go out to the lobby popcorn motherfuckers and fucks them up, you know? Like I feel like there's
Exactly.
something-
Yeah. That
I
kind
kind of
thing.
like when you said it, I kind of had more of like a sponsored by kind
Yeah,
of
I like
feel
both.
for,
Yeah,
the, for
no,
the
I mean
book.
that's
You know, I like
that's
both
funny
too.
in its
yeah.
own way. I just wanted to
Yeah, yeah.
clarify.
No, like, I want it to be clarified butter. I want it to be like
Like
you know,
like kind of like
Cuphead or
Aqua Teen
whatever.
Hunger Force.
Yeah, but do you
Yes,
guys remember
yes,
that Cuphead game? That was fucking cool as shit.
Bro, it's a show as well.
Way too-
And with kids and
way
I
too
watched
hard.
the show. It's fantastic, man. It's fantastic. Yeah. It's got that old look. It's so
Dude.
great. Anyway,
I'm in.
I like
yeah.
I like both ideas. I like Ben's idea of like him being an actual pancake fighting with other like superfoods, it's great. Kind of like Aqua Teen Hunger Force or like whatever,
Yeah.
that's good. So anyway, I never really got to my comment. So the comment where the guy made was like, I think in a movie like this, where they're, doing X and doing Y is where you really need to have an origin. He rated it a 6. And he was like, I've read all these things and all these things and all these things. And I read the entire International House of Pancakes series of Superman. And I really feel like this one needed to have an origin story. And I was like, what?
shit.
Are you fucking kidding? And a lot of other people were just like, I just didn't really do it for me. I was like, you're missing something, man. 'Cause this is like-
It was okay. It didn't really bother me, but it also didn't really knock my socks off.
I haven't seen this in a long time. One guy's review was titled "Meh." ... I was like, wow, okay, I haven't seen that in a long time. Meh. I've read every series there's been, including the now famous International House of Pancakes series.
I thought that I actually were like, they do 30 minutes of ads before the movie over here every single time. So like if the show time is at 8, it's 8 to 8:30 ads, so I always show up late because fuck that shit. I'm assuming it's similar over there. But like Ethan and I walked in like maybe like 10 seconds into the movie and we missed like the 30 years ago bit, but we got the like 3 days ago, 3 minutes ago bit, the text. And I thought that text was like fucking genius. Like it's just like, it's the origin story in like 2 seconds. Done. Like we all know the fucking story. Why do we need to see it again?
And it's done in context,
Yeah.
Like
is that what they did?
Just,
I mean, full disclosure, I missed the very beginning both times.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
I was like racing.
Superman
in there.
crashes into the Arctic or whatever, and
I saw
there's
that.
there's like a little like just tick on the like top left corner of the screen where it's like
I've got it here
30
now.
years ago this happened, this many years ago this happened.
Yeah.
Blah blah
It says,
blah. Like it just
3
like,
centuries ago,
it goes,
the first superpowered beings known as metahumans appeared on Earth, ushering in a new era of gods and monsters. 3 decades ago, an alien landed, sent in a spacecraft to Earth. 3 years ago, the baby announced himself as Superman, the most powerful metahuman of all. 3 weeks ago, he stopped the war, Bravia and Jarhigopur. 3 minutes ago, he lost his first battle.
yes, perfect. Yes, that is exactly how it went.
Yeah, 3 hours ago, the
And
metahuman,
it was
the Hammer of Bravia, attacked him. 3 minutes ago, he lost his first battle, and then he crashes into the thing. It's like 30 seconds. Fucking done. Perfect. Love it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's not even 100% necessary, but
No, but it gets you there.
it gets you there, and it's well, it doesn't, it's not the Star Wars thing where like you're watching like a bank of text disappear into the horizon, like it's just like a little like boop 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 boop, boop, like
It's just enough.
kind of a thing,
Well, you need
Yeah,
the
yeah,
like
yeah.
3 centuries ago through 30 years ago, 3 years ago thing, because the important thing is 3 hours ago he had a fight, 3 minutes ago he lost his first fight, and like I think that's really interesting because like he smashes down, you're like, oh shit, all right, like it immediately gets you in the right moment of tension, kind of thing. Like he just got his ass kicked for the first time. Like, that's pretty interesting as a fan of Superman. He doesn't get his ass kicked, so it's like okay. And then the dog thing kind of cuts the tension a bit. Like it's really, really masterful. Like the 6 out of 10. I get that comic book heads are going to have a 6 out of 10. Like I don't think you're ever going to get better than a 6 out of 10 from someone who's read 600 issues of Superman. So fuck them. Whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Fuck them. I mean, that was another thing that I really enjoyed about the movie, since I feel like we're kind of into bits and bobs anyway. Like, was that he takes damage. He takes emotional damage. He takes physical damage. He's not this like every single thing bounces off of him, man. You know, we get to see him really fucked up by.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh my God. Kryptonite. I love when he's in the prison, dude, and the guy says, "Oh, you can get my kid," and he stops making the kryptonite hand, and then he goes, "Why are you still gross?" He waits like 1 minute, and he goes, "What's going on? Why are you still gross?"
It's pretty ridiculous. That guy was funny, man.
Funny, dude. Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
Element Man. Or,
Anthony Carrigan, man. He's fucking awesome, dude. If any of you, I highly recommend you guys watch Barry if you haven't watched it. It's
no, it's on one of my lists.
yeah, it's on HBO. It's
yeah, by many people.
fucking what's his face guy whose name I can't
Bill
think
Hader.
of right now. Bill Hader, yeah. Anthony Carrigan
I love
plays
Bill Hader.
a character called NoHo Hank, and he's got like
Nice.
yeah, he's really funny in that show. He's really good. So I was super psyched to see him show up in something like this.
Yeah,
Totally.
it's cool.
I think
He was
Metamorpho seems to be a
fantastic.
good fit.
Yes, yeah, really, really cool. Really like the character, man, and I like how he just like all of a sudden he was like, you know, all up in it, dude. You know, it was great. He like saves the kid, and then he helps him escape, and you know, makes the sun ball and all that bullshit. It was cool, man. Really, really liked him a
And then
lot.
there's a
I just thought the
random
look
head
of his
squid
character
dude.
was. Yeah,
Yeah.
and just the look in general was very cool. Just the different layers of materials on the different parts of his body. I was, you know, just very cool.
Yeah, totally.
It's like a very faithful adaptation of what the character looks like in the comics, which is great because it's
right?
Which
kind of a
rhymes with what you said
ridiculous
earlier about
looking
the suits
character.
are not cock blocking that kind of decision. Like, you wouldn't have a head squid,
Yeah.
random dimensional black hole river bullshit and approved back in the day. You know, like it's nice to see them just being comic booky.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of him from the comics right now, Ben, and it's like kind of like the same way that he looked in the movie, but the movie was way better looking. Like in this, it looks like he's wearing like a shirt that's half and half colored with like, you know, undies with a big M on his belt. It's a little silly looking.
Yeah, I mean, keep scroll down.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Justice League Unlimited. Oh, that's awful. It's like really
Anyways.
awful. Yeah, got it.
He's really good. I was saying, like, when you're like talking about like the head squid thing, I can't. I wish I could remember what the hell the line was, but you know, like Mr. Terrific is like observing everything, and like he's like there's Superman and a super dog and like a squiggle, like a
Yes.
little alien baby and a squiggle guy or whatever the hell he says. It's so funny, man.
It was very funny. It was very funny. Yeah, it was very funny.
Now he finds his people too, you know, like joins the ragtag crew of misfits, Justice Gang at the end, you know. And
Yeah, and it's perfect. It's like Justice King. That's a really cool name.
yeah.
You're in.
And he's like, "You're in."
You're in.
It's so dumb. Well, Lex and Superman are the only thing we haven't talked about, man. I don't have a lot to say about David Cornsweet. Like, he was great. I haven't seen him in anything else. Like, I don't really know what else to say about him.
I don't know what else. The Politician,
He's a good
Hollywood,
Superman.
Look Both Ways, Pearl, We Own the City. I've never seen any of these things. He was in the film Twisters. which
Yeah,
I was
same.
like, yep, no, I'm all set with that.
I rewatched Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare last week because I needed a little bit of mustache action,
good.
and like I miss
There you go.
all of the old Supermans, all of them. I love all of them, including Routh, and it's just I don't know. It's nice that the torch is passed, and it seems like a good choice.
Yeah, but Ralph just is still playing Superman. I mean, they're ending that Superman show that's on right now.
See, I haven't watched any of the shows.
I can't remember what that one's called. There's so many of them, man. You know, but the new one is supposedly they're ending it with the release of this movie so they can move forward. But
I hope
Ralph
that,
has played.
This dude gets a few more movies, you know.
Anyway, Routh has played Superman in that series as well as of like the last couple of years. So it's been he's still been in there a little bit, playing like alternate versions of Superman.
That's cool.
And stuff like that.
I like it.
Yeah, it is cool. I thought you would like that.
I don't know if I have the ability to watch. I can't even watch a superhero movie anymore, let alone a show. I don't know if I can do it, but
I know.
kudos. You know?
I'm kind of intrigued about the show. I want to watch it because the clips I've seen have been really, really cool. You know, so
yeah.
But yeah, this guy like commenting on David Cornswell, like I don't have anything bad to say about him. Like he's great. I mean, he's as good as Cavill, just different. He's as good as Routh. He's as good as all of them, just his own version. They have been lucky in that they've casted well this character from 1978 all the way up till now, and even the guy on TV does a good job of it, man. You know, like. But I like David Cornswell just fine. I mean, he's huge. He's like 6'4", so he's like perfect,
huge.
like stature, you know. And I think he did a fantastic job. I mean, he had like playing the really human Superman and doing all the physical stuff, and like he was fantastic. I got nothing really else to say.
Yeah.
He was great. And the suit was great. And it's my favorite logo, like the S logo. It's my favorite version of that I've ever seen.
Yeah, the logo is really cool.
It's tight. Next.
No, I think it was smart to cast somebody that isn't super recognizable.
Yeah, that's what I meant before, dude.
And yeah, I think he did a great job. And not unlike Henry Cavill, he's like a huge fucking nerd. You can find footage of him like doing all the various parts from scenes in Star Wars.
Oh, nice. He's a massive nerd, dude. But no, Ben, what you just said is exactly what I meant before with Brosnahan. Is that she's not like that level of person. Like, yeah, she's well known for like Maisel and these other things, but like Cornswet,
I think she's better known than Cornswet is. But
fair enough. But I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They didn't cast ScarJo.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly. She's not like a fucking gets $8 billion a movie. It's not like.
And the Amy Adams choice, I think, was in that camp of like super well known. And I've got nothing against Amy Adams. It just wasn't my thing.
No, Amy Adams is one of the best modern actresses in my opinion. I just think I really was not well cast in that role. I don't think she was right for it.
No, she did a perfectly serviceable job, but
serviceable.
Definitely miscast.
Agreed. And I also think it was not written well. The character, the way Snyder's
fawning. She's just fawning the whole time.
Yeah, there's just fawning all over him all the time. Anyway, sorry, Ben. You were talking about Cornswet.
No, that was it.
Nerdy.
Well, let's talk about Holt. I'll open by saying that I had an exchange with Nick the other night, Marvelous, and Marvelous was like, I freaking hate that guy that plays Lex Luthor.
Fuck off.
He said
out of here.
That guy that plays Lex. He said everything else he loved. He thought it was fantastic, and I was like, dude, what? Really? I was like, Nick Holt is great. He was the Beast. He was this and War Boy from Fury Road.
Boy.
Renfield. I rattled off those three examples, and he was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, he's great. He was great in all those. He's just like, I didn't like him in this. I was like,
really? I thought he was really good in this.
Maybe it was that he was just so detestable as a person, as a character.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Like he did a fantastic job of being fucking detestable.
Douchey.
Like you just hated his guts.
Douchey Lex.
Yeah,
I agree.
He was the little fucking twat that throws a thing on the ground and then demands his like minions. Like, clean that up.
Clean that up, minion. Yeah, no, he does. And I mean, I want to be fair too. Like I thought Mark Zuckerberg did a really good job with the character in the other two movies, you know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
He really did.
He did. Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Zuckerberg, yeah, he did a good job with it, and I liked his take on Lex. It had a lot of similar kind of like he kind of got the essence of the character is that he's just this sort of insecure kind of dweeb, you know, in the middle of it all, you know, and Nick did that, but like really just like on freaking acid, man. It was awesome. Absolutely loved him, man. I love that dude and everything I've seen him in, and he just continues to
He's so good.
win me over with excellent performances, and this was no exception, man.
Yeah, he's really good. I like him a lot. I could see, like, if you're expecting, like, Gene Hackman Lex, you know, which I love Gene Hackman Lex.
It's a different thing.
But, like, Gene Hackman Lex is like, he's funny and he's a little bit charming, you know, and, like, despite the fact that he's a prick. Whereas, like, this Lex doesn't have those redeemable qualities.
No.
He's just a despicable prick, and you just like, ugh.
He is. And he's literally trying to take over the world. You know, like,
that's a perfectly valid way to play the character, and I think you know, he did it.
no, dude, James Gunn's brother sums it up great in that news clip. You know, he's like, I think one thing Republicans and Democrats can agree on is that Lex Luthor is an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so great. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, totally. It's just his
really good,
insecurities
man.
are so delicious towards the end, especially when the dog takes him out, you know? Like, it's just like fucking,
Yes.
It's just the best.
Yeah, very satisfying. But what I think really is the kind of magic mixy on that character is that he's this insecure prick, but he's also just like wicked fucking smart. You know, like everything he's got dialed in with the, you know, the Iron Baravia guy and, you know, these other things are like fantastic, man. You know, Ultraman being a clone, which we haven't really talked about. There's not really much to talk about there, but, you know, that whole thing was cool.
That's
calling out the moves and, you know, just he really was a mastermind, you know, like a true mastermind. And I like that.
Yeah.
Mixed with those other things, I think is the magic mixy there. Go ahead.
Yeah.
his whole, like, I love the cast of minions, you know,
God.
going on there from Otis to, you know, the dude with like the Kingsman glasses and the mustache, which is a fucking terrific mustache.
Mustache was sick.
But like,
Pretty good.
yeah, despite the fact that like it's like a lot of like retro tech in the room, like you kind of get like these are all like I don't know, minions for Steve Jobs or something. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yes, sir, I will bring you coffee.
They
you
look
know?
like
And they're so along
yeah,
for the ride.
definitely. They are.
Yeah.
Like that one time, like that one guy was like, camera one's out. And he's like, I just said that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a perfect little army of yes men.
No doubt.
With Otis at the top. And I've seen that guy that plays Otis before. I don't remember where, but he's great. And his name actually in the movie is a little nuggy is that his name in the character name in the movie is Otis Berg. And they took that. They took that from Ned Beatty when he was scribbling on that thing from Superman.
Yeah, it's when Lex is like sinking California so he can buy up a new coast.
That was it.
What's Otisburg?
It's a great.
It's such a Lex
great
plan.
plot point from the. It's such a comic booky plan in that one. Fuck, it's so good.
I'm gonna blow up half of California so I can have all the beachfront property.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Whatever.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
You know, I got an, even though Spacey's kind of gotten
Spacey was good,
downvoted
man.
into oblivion. No, I'm saying like since he's
I'll be right back.
now he's gotten
Oh,
downvoted
yeah,
into
nice.
oblivion, but
Canceled
like, you know,
into
he's
the nether.
canceled into hell, but like I still love so many of his roles.
Oh, yeah,
and,
totally,
you know,
whatever.
you got me pumped about that Superman movie. I went back and watched it like 6 months ago at your behest, and I forgot how amazing it was.
He's
It
a
was
great
really
Lex,
good.
man.
And he was fantastic as Lex, dude. Fantastic.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Very groovy, baby. What else? What else did you like, man?
I didn't comment on the suit. I did really like the suit.
Right?
I think like
A nice
I don't
mix
know
of new and old elements.
the kind of Crystal Castle Superman road
was gonna say
body kind of 50s-y robot kind of design stuff, and then the mom and dad video. You know, a little Bradley Cooper. Angela Sarah Fian, whatever she's from
Whoever
she's in
that is.
Westworld. So like a little bit of something in there. I
Okay.
enjoyed that.
Nice. Yeah, I did too. I really like the whole 50s style robots.
Yeah, they were cool.
Like, and you had Alan Tudyk and Palm Clementoff and Rooker playing three of the robots.
Yeah, I didn't realize Rooker was doing
Which
one,
was
or
great.
Palm until
Well,
later.
it's
but
like you
I picked
wouldn't
up on
until
Tudyk
you
straight
see
away.
the credits. Yeah, of course, me too. But yeah, he was great, man. Like I like the whole fortress and the tech, and I like how the fortress completely disappears into the ground, so nobody knows where it is. You know, like, and then as soon as the DNA gets close, it detects it, and then the whole thing appears.
It's
You know,
cool.
I really dug that a lot. Yeah, it was very, very cool.
Yeah, Fortress of Solitude stuff has always been kind of an interesting.
Kind of a weird comment, but I really liked the use of the super breath, the frost breath, the whatever breath. You know, Superman's always had that like power of like, you know, blowing air like
whistling?
a wind. No, not the whistling. I was just saying, I was talking about the super breath, you know, I was just saying like, you know, a
That's
generous,
sort of like an offshoot of it.
yeah, generous use of the super breath was like blowing the dog away, blowing them out of the black hole. Like he used the super breath power a lot, and I would like that. It was a nice little addition. You know, I mean, laser beam eyes are tight. Don't get me wrong. I'm a sucker for laser beam eyes. But
They're pretty
like,
cool.
Yeah, it was cool to have the super breath going on, man. What else? What else, Benny? You got anything that you really liked? Bits and bobs.
Oh, we're bitsing and bobsing.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're bitsing and bobsing. Or you know, add whatever you want to talk about.
I really enjoyed when Lois was. I really wish I could remember the name of the Mr. Terrific's like flying saucer craft,
God
but
damn it! I know, right? What the hell was that thing called?
I can't. It was,
Hold on.
Yeah, it was like
I got it right.
you
here.
know
Let me see if I can find
the
it.
T something or whatever.
T-craft.
Yeah, I don't know, but the T craft, was it the T craft?
Are you sure?
Powers
Is that really what it
T-craft.
was?
I don't know. That's what I looked it up. T-Craft, trademark, Mr. Terrific's high-tech vehicle.
Okay.
Okay, the T
All right,
craft.
the T craft. Cool.
So when Lois gets behind the wheel of the T craft, Crypto hops onto her lap
yeah.
and gets in the way, and like she's just kind of like, well, all right then.
Yeah.
Like, get off. And he's
And,
like,
like,
no.
That is for very personal reasons. Like that's such a Bruce thing to do. Like Bruce does that to me all the time. That I just like. I was just like, oh, he's just like Bruce.
Aw.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the cat gets on your keyboard as soon as you sit down to do something, you know, like
Yeah. No. My keyboard goes right off the desk the minute he shows up.
there you go.
He would like somehow manage to shut down Reaper and disconnect me from the podcast. You know, like all of that. He would just like do the whole thing in like
Fuck
one
you,
move.
that's why.
Okay, so let's see what else I have here.
Shooting the dude in the head was pretty intense, especially for Ethan
That was
sitting next
yeah,
to
it was a
me.
little crazy. I
I
was kind of
whoa, all
surprised.
right.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see that. To be honest with you, that was for a movie like this, you know. But
I kind of liked
you know,
that it like the only dark lever in this movie is Lex's fucking broken ass soul, you know, like fuck that guy. So it kind of fits with that.
Yeah, he yeah, it was pretty evil. I liked hang on, we talked about the mustache guy. Oh, other honorable mention, the mustache was the sportscaster guy. I don't know who that actor is, but man, he was funny. He had a little part, but he really put a lot into it, dude. And you
What
know,
sports
he had a
was he?
fantastic
He's on SNL.
mustache. And like, you know, when he got into the T-Mobile, he was like, "Where's my seat?"
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny, man. Because he was like making fun of Kent at the beginning, you know, and then he just turned into a total puddle later. It was great.
No, I'm scrubbing it. Yeah, he was funny, man. He was like the sports desk dude.
Beck Bennett. Yes.
Yes, the sports desk
And a
dude.
good mustache there.
Fantastic stash. Fantastic stash.
Yeah, it's Beck Bennett from SNL.
No shit.
Yeah. And
He
go ahead.
often plays Putin.
He plays Putin. What?
Does he really?
Yeah, Beck Bennett is the guy that plays Putin.
On SNL.
It's not the only thing he does, but I'm just like the thing
Recognize
that
it.
I've seen numerous times that's popping off into my head is like every time Putin shows up on SNL, it's Beck Bennett.
Oh, okay. I was trying to in what? Okay.
It's
I didn't know
SNL,
that
dude.
They did that on SNL.
Beck Bennett, who played the mustachioed sportscaster guy.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm all caught up. Chad, Bunk Moreland's name is Wendell Pierce, by the way.
There you go. I didn't really have anything against the actor, but the engineer nano fucking chick character was pretty stupid. But the nano particles in the lungs death kind of stuff was an interesting technique to take Superman down in the end on the football field or whatever. That was kind of an interesting sequence.
I thought it was cool, man. I mean, why you just didn't like that concept?
Kinda, like the actors, I have no issue with the actor. I don't give a fuck. It was just the like cool saw blade fucking hands, bro. Like fuck, I just don't give a shit. Like I don't know. It was very old.
Yeah. I wish they hadn't gone with like because that character, I guess, like I've seen pictures of that character. I mean, the engineer is also kind of a dumb name for, I don't know, like
that character,
somebody who doesn't necessarily drive a train or have engineering skills.
Maybe she does drive a train.
like just a character that's made out of nanites or whatever. But in the comics or some of the pictures that I saw, it's more like a chromed out, sort of female Silver Surfer kind of a thing with like these sort of long, like tendril, like tentacle hair things, which I wish they'd kind of like leaned into that a little more than like another character, like female character in a tight black suit kind of a thing.
Maybe that was it. It was just vanilla bullshit.
Like, oh, I've seen this before. Snore.
She was fine. But.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the nanites thing is a little like nanites are a great like cop out to explain like a ton of shit, So I'm just kind of like, all right, whatever, I don't know. It was okay. I mean, she did everything. Nothing she did surprised me. I was like, oh, bladed hands, okay. And then it was like, oh, of course, tendrils to like crack the supercomputer from Krypton, of course. And then it's like, oh yeah, jetpack. That makes no sense whatsoever. Like, where does the fuel come from? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I was like, whatever.
Yeah. The only thing that I thought was relatively cool is when they were in the Fortress of Solitude, she sort of does a cartwheel via like remaking herself.
That was the moment
upside down. Like I was like,
she flips upside down under her hands and then
cool.
It's like you could have just turned around. Like it doesn't have.
I know it was stupid, but I was like, all right,
I don't know. Like I was fine. I wasn't like
it was better than the saw blade hands.
I wasn't gonna like leave the theater, but I was
hands.
Like,
I was like,
okay, guys, cool, $300,000 2-second shot, guys. I don't know. I'm just being a curmudgeon.
Yeah. No, you're right. That was one of the things in the last watching where I was like, yeah, I like her. Like I like the actor. I just was kind of Snoresville on the character.
Yeah.
And she got. The like nanites in the lungs thing was
portrayal.
Interesting though. Like I don't know. It was a clever way to take them out. It's very Luthorian.
Yes.
You can't eat the pancakes if your mouth is filled with nanites.
You cannot.
Nope.
Even if you're a pancake.
That's right. Can't yourself.
That may or may not have pancake lungs.
Pancake man. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Whatever those are like.
I don't know.
Sure.
Lex has a fucking spaceship airplane between his buildings. Pocket Universe was
Stummies.
I did like that too. And I like Stummies.
Stummies? Is that what you said?
No, Ben did.
Oh.
Yes. Stummies.
I liked...
Yeah, Pocket Universe.
Pocket Universe was pretty cool.
Just the weird little beach camp.
That was
And I'm still not sure where the little beach camp was.
Yeah,
but
right. Long Island. I'll be right back.
But wasn't it like... It was weird how like everybody had the same Hawaiian shirt on. And then there were like the guys with armor. Like it was like they had the Hawaiian shirts on like they were trying to blend in to like... I don't know what, because it looked like a military camp. And then you had like, those guys in that crazy raptor armor. So I don't know. That just kind of struck me a little funny.
Yeah, well, the guys in the armor were like Lex Luthor's
Planet Watch.
Yeah, exactly. His like specific what's the word I'm looking for? Not commandos, but
Private Army.
you know, soldiers of
There
fortune
you go.
or that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure where that place was, though. I'm like, part of me was like, is this just outside of Metropolis?
Well, Metropolis is around where
Is this
New
on like
York
the beach
is.
of a Great Lake?
No.
Like,
No, it's like, so my understanding of the geography of DC.
it's in Delaware.
Is right. So Metropolis is and Gotham are close. They're like across the bay from each other, but like
Down by the bay.
not New York, but a little further south. So like there's like, you know, there would be like East Coast type beach. You know, I don't know.
I thought they took a little like pocket universe
Yeah.
portal there, and it was like, I don't know, a couple states away or some shit. That was my assumption.
I couldn't tell. Yeah, I didn't know if it was like on the front line of like the Jarampur Bravia War, or if it was like, you know, somewhere not too far away.
Right.
Either way, doesn't really matter. But it
I
was
like
cool.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like the yes men on the airplane bullshit at the end, and then the Hawaiian shirt thing. It was just like a Twitter headquarters thing, you know. It was like everyone fucking being like,
Yeah,
fucking Twitter bros, while like the mercs fucking fly around in their armor. It was the song choice for that was just so funny, man. I don't know. I was so here for that Sun 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 song.
hmm
Sure.
another James Gunn strong
doubt.
point.
There was a okay.
Okay.
Hang on, just looking at my notes. Oh, the name of the pet store, Pet It Bee, that the dog breaks into. That was funny.
Yes,
And then also, okay, so this is a super deep cut, Chad. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
So I somehow managed to notice the 2-second shot of one of the Jaran Porian people.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the guy that ran the Jiffy Park in Seinfeld, where they parked their cars where the hookers were having sex in them. And
Okay. So you
Sure
deep
enough-
dive to try and
sure enough.
validate, or you just reminded you?
sure, I did. No, I deep dived into IMDb to validate it, and I was correct. So that guy was one of the villagers. that was
Wow,
fighting the
all right,
Moravian
dude.
army. Yeah,
You had to
Crazy,
mine that
right? That was a
nugget.
nice
I like
little-
that.
I did. That was a deepie, though. That was good. And then I really like the kids all gathering around the flag they made, chanting
Yeah, it
Superman.
was very-
I was like, that's so Superman, dude,
it
right?
was.
Like that's such a Superman thing, man. Like it was awesome. And similar to that, like when he landed right before they released the video that everybody freaked out about, like all the kids immediately just run right up to him. He picks one of them up. He's like got his
Yeah.
hand around the other one's shoulder. Like I just love that, man. You know, is that they loved him and you know, he loved them, and he wasn't afraid to interact with everybody. You know, again, a very human Superman is just what made this so damn good. This and many other things, of course.
Yeah. I thought that the
Mhm.
that shit was funny. The speed with which the whole fucking world turned on Superman 10 seconds after Lex posted that video was really like
Totally.
modern media bullshit, which was funny. And like Michael Ian Black was just like the talking head being like, can you believe? Like, it's like, all right, dude.
yeah.
I just thought it was funny. Like
was
2
great.
seconds after the video goes out, the whole world turns and like throwing fucking Mountain Dew cups at Superman's head. You know, like everyone's
Right. And then
yelling at
he
him in the street.
He flip flops later, you know.
yeah,
like,
yeah, which is perfect.
He's like, can you believe Superman's here to rule us all? And then like the day later, he's like, can you believe that incredible
yeah,
Hulk?
it's just such
Superman's
it's
a
so
great
on the
guy.
nose, man. It's fucking
Yeah, it is. on
It's
the
so
nose.
sad and funny.
Yeah, sure is, man.
Hmm.
Oh shit. Okay. What else? NDR? Are we good, or is there anything else you guys
I
wanted
don't
to
know
chat
if I've got
about this?
anything else.
Benny?
I was taking a leak when you guys started this segment, but I don't know if anybody mentioned it, but the Hall of Justice.
It got mentioned in passing, but no, we didn't.
Oh,
Really
yeah,
spend any
no, let's
time on
talk.
it. Let's do it.
No. Just as a
Superfans, bro.
bits and bob, like that they actually use the Union Terminal in Cincinnati is what the Hall of Justice from like the cartoons was based on,
I read that too. It was
I like
awesome.
that.
and they actually like used that, and just the like filming locale in general was like really good.
Yeah, it was great. And I love
Totally.
that it was like, I love that the Hall of Justice was just like, there was like just kind of furniture thrown around, like
Giant-ass
they hadn't
lobby.
really like gotten their shit together, and filled it out. And
It was under construction.
Yeah,
like they were,
yeah, there
they
you
were
go.
still working
Groot's
on it.
plastering
Yeah.
in the corner.
there you go. I'm gonna need another Newport.
it's,
Yeah.
Because like the Justice Gang
Yeah.
is funded by Sean Gunn,
Yeah, Sean Gunn, exactly.
I love it.
or
Yeah,
his
that's
character
cool.
in the movie.
The maybe the last anecdote was not an anecdote. The last anecdote that I liked was when Supergirl comes in all drunk, like the dog jumps on her, is like smashing her into the ground, and she's like, ha, 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 ha.
Totally.
And she's like shit faced. And she goes and gets drunk in a place with no red sun or orange sun,
Red
or whatever,
Sun
yellow
planets. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good payoff for the crypto thing. And you're like, oh, it's her dog.
sun. Makes total sense. She's clearly a fucking
And
mess.
she calls him bitch when she's walking out. It's pretty funny.
Mhm.
Such like a
Later,
sorority
bitch.
chick vibe to her. It was great.
Totally, man. Okay, now NDR.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I'm not familiar with that actor, but
Yeah,
not either.
she's been in a few.
I'm
things.
looking forward to the upcoming stuff.
I don't remember what I know her from. Oh, she's in the House of Dragon bullshit. I never watched any of that. But I've definitely seen her around the place a little bit.
Okay, how about that NDR?
Let's do it.
No,
No, you wanna be
I'm kidding.
old Chad.
Keep changing the subject. Just like Porkins himself.
Dude, I feel like I don't feel this way. This is what happened. Like
Oh my
we'd be
God.
doing shows like way back in the beginning, and we would be on like hour 3.5, and we'd be like, all right, let's wrap it up. And Chad would be like, hang on, I got a few more points I just wanted to go over. He did it.
Hold on,
like,
let me look at my
all
notes.
the time.
Oh, we didn't do this yet.
Yeah,
Hold
he
on.
did it all the time, and I was always like, all right, so I ain't got no nuggets. I already dropped a bunch. I had one screenshot and it's on my phone that's using to film me, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Chad,
there's,
you got any
there's some
nugs?
good ones in there. Not really. The
No, there's a
Cincinnati
lot
one
of
that
good
Ben brought up
ones.
is probably the
There's a
only
lot
one
of
that's
good
any
ones.
good. There's a bunch of stuff, but nothing that really jumps out.
Hmm. No, there was some good ones in there, but it was sort of good, like kind of production-y lore, but that was it. All right, deaths.
What you got?
We had 3 deaths. Well, we had 3 deaths this week. You had the Bunk Moreland death straight away,
Yeah.
and then I had the
Not cool.
I couldn't pronounce Jaran Por or whatever it's called, so I called that
Jaran Por.
What is it?
You said it right the first time.
I did Jaran Por.
Yeah, you just said it right.
So then I made that the Jarapan death, and then
Jarhigo Porkins.
Hey.
I like that. And then I
Hey.
took a Wendell Pierce death because I didn't remember Bunk Moreland's actual name, which I thought was egregious for myself. That's it.
I love it. Not
Yes,
too many, though.
Moving right
We
along.
need to
Cool.
do better.
No, we do need to do better. Recommendations, I would 1,000,000% recommend this movie. I think it's freaking fantastic. That's it. Next person,
Samesies.
right?
Yes.
It is
Well, there
true.
you have it.
What you all have heard.
It is true for 100 years. Well, there you have it, folks. That's Superman 2025. Go see it. It's
Check that shit
that
out.
good.
It's worth a movie theater visit, I think. It's probably not in the movie
yeah.
theaters anymore because it's been 5 minutes, but if you can catch
Well,
it,
no,
you
it's
should
No,
try
it is. I just wanted to see
I
it.
saw it today, man. I
Did
saw a
you?
matinee today. Yeah, matinee on a Friday.
But get on it.
yeah,
By the time you hear this, it might be
Yeah.
out.
yeah, it's true, and I would get on it because it's worth seeing in the theater, man. It's really worth seeing on the big screen. I actually saw that it was on IMAX. It would be cool to see it on IMAX. But at any rate, yeah, check it out if you haven't seen it, and if you don't like it as much as we do, then come argue with us about it on Instagram. We use the handle @EBD Podcast. If you didn't know that.
We do.
So yeah, what do you think? What do we think about next week?
Next week, Higo is not with us, so we will be doing Hannah. The Eric Bana, Saoirse Ronan, kind of a war movie. It's like a shoot 'em up anyways. A twofer.
So there you have it, folks. Hannah next week in a twofer with me and Chad. Thanks for joining us for Soups 2025. And we'll see you the next time we see you on the show. So long for now.
Yep.
Adios.
And that's going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. If you'd like to check out the show notes for this episode, you can do so in your podcast app of choice. Order a website, ebd.fm/episodes/315. If you would like to support our illustrious endeavor, you may do so in a number of ways that are very helpful. You can support us on Patreon directly. That's patreon.com/EBD podcast. You can rate us and review us on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. That is extremely helpful. Extremely. And then there's always talking about the show. If you'd like to join us on social, we lurk on Instagram. The handle's @EBD podcast. And that's going to do it for now, folks. Thanks so much for joining us for Superman, and we'll see you next week for Hannah. So long for now, folks.
What we see lab, 2 for Troy Eagle, 3 for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady. Stop into it.